left-hand side, here's our grand finals of ESL Open Cup Korea 227. In the top left, our red Zerg is Talon's Dark. Taking on the blue Protoss. In the top right, we have herO. Well, game one of this best of 5 grand final begins right now. And it's so strange to see these two in the finals of an Open Cup Korea against one another, because again, they usually knock each other out earlier. For whatever reason, they've been on the same side of the bracket almost entirely throughout the last few months of ESL Open Cup careers. We have a hatch and our gas coming through. We get things settled in for the moment as our gateway and our probe continue to come in. Get ready to rumble here. Just have probe ready to drop down onto the Nexus. Onto the natural Nexus. So we are going to see our expansion coming through. Ghost River already gets me interested to see what kind of aggression Dark might provide for us in this game. Could actually be kind of a cool one. I'm excited to see if something comes up from it. Let's drop a Cyber Core into place as well as part of the natural, so we get that underway immediately. With our probe coming across, nibbling at the mineral lines. See Nexus and the Cyber Core both continuing through. The Overlord of Dark moves into the main base. And again, a few Lings, a few Queens, Ling speed as well. Get everything on the way up. Our Nexus continuing to build about also. Couple Queens injecting away, Link speed coming up, our Stargate coming through, the Adept and the Warp Gate continuing about as well here. As this Adept gets up to the top side, going to nibble at that hatch for a few moments, so a little bits of damage being done here and there. The few Lings are going to show up and they're going to nibble onto a Probe. Probe taking some damage, getting pushed around, and the Probes continue to play, chase around the mineral lines. As the Lings try and fight back, the Probes get back onto the natural expansion. Void Ray, Warp Gate continuing to get underway. You get things up and rolling here as our Void continues to produce, and yeah, units just continue to pop out over these next few moments. So again, we get the gates coming up, the Adept coming through, that Void Ray still building in as well. That Void Ray is going to be popping, and it's an Oracle to play follow-up now as well. Things going to be moving around. The Adepts come forwards. Probe moving across. The Overlord is building. Void Ray activating onto an Overlord now, so going to deal a little bit more damage. A few more shots coming through. As we do have our Gate and our Nexus. And a little bit of everything still just popping about. Working onto that pylon. Void Ray moves back over the left-hand side again. Oracle coming about, Nexus coming in. And Twilight Council will start with a couple of assimilators coming about also. We still have the Void Ray and the Oracle coming over. Just going to be activating onto and getting rid of that Creep Tumor. So that will go down. As we have the Evo Chamber and extra drones continuing through as well. Link's still going after those Adepts. And shade about. Melee upgrade on the way in as well. And our Adepts still just shading back up to the top side of the map. Away we go. Oracles will be there. The Void Ray going to be there as well. Just going to push that back and around. a little bit. Still got our Blink building and +1 melee upgrade coming through. Queen, drone, lings, all coming. Spore crawler building as well from Dark. Additional extractors coming about, and the oracles will be there to try and push through onto a couple of drones as well. The drones get back onto the extractor. Voidray finishes the overlord. And yeah, melee upgrade is also still building. Here's our adepts, just going to go picking away through the hatchery on the left-hand side. Getting some damage done to that. Extra gateways will come down. The blink is already well underway as well. Some more stalkers continue out. Our oracles will activate 4 or 5 drones. Continue to get dropped, as we will see the queen's going to get there. They're going to push the oracles back through into the center of the map. The oracles continue to activate, going for a few more zerglings. Again, these queens just going to continue back onto the Voidray as well. So Voidray just taking a little bit more damage. 3 more stalkers coming up with the gateways. Blink not far from being done. As our +1 melee upgrade, our lings and our Bane Nest are there as well. Continue to come through. Things would love a chance to potentially dive onto a little bit of the army there. We do see a couple lings getting shot at. Stalker's able to push back. That's about halfway done. The extra overlords are still coming about. The blink is going to be finishing on that Twilight Council, and we have the forge just finishing now from here as well. A couple more pylons and the gates all coming about for now. So just bringing up as much of this as we possibly can. The lings continue to run over. The stalkers are going to get here. Oracles will activate. Lings are going to get massacred, quite frankly. One of those oracles already hurting just about. Gets away as it pulls back. More stalkers warping in. It's actually a very slow warping as hero's progression continues. Last few times I've watched herO and Dark play, Dark has just struggled to get through the early stages of the game against herO. Dark's drone count is in trouble. His army count is decent, but I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough to fight against these stalkers, especially when you eat a stasis ward like that. That is brutal. We do see 7 more stalkers warping in. Full aggression here from herO. They'll run by over on the right-hand side. It's going to be 9 probes going down from that, so that's a big deal as well. And it's actually really nice of Dark to catch. It does just alleviate some of the pressure on the economy that he was facing. So that goes a long way to helping. Our Stalker's still dealing with these lings well as they pop out of stasis. We get a few more kills. Is it just getting to an overwhelming amount of Stalkers? The Oracles are low. You would kind of want those to kind of be able to stay alive. We have batteries here that these Balins are going to try and get on top of now. Actually going to see pretty successful time from the Balins knocking down the structures. However, there's more than structures here, right? There's also the fact that there's all these Stalkers, and we didn't really kill many of those. We're playing forward to block the Ling escape. Dark will GG out as this is just too darn aggressive. And herO is going to take game 1 of this best of 5. On the top left-hand side, it is going to be our red Zerg down a map. It's going to be Dark from Talon, taking on the blue Protoss on the bottom right-hand side. It is herO, game number 2 of this best of 5 series. Here today, going into Oceanborn. herO wasting no time to dispatch Dark of game number 1. Okay, Assimilator coming up. Probes coming through. Got settled down. Does Zerg even have a chance now? Well, against Protoss? Probably. But isn't this what we wanted? Protoss to win? They winning! Probe is nibbling around the back. Good job of just continuing to nibble at the mineral lines here. So this probe again being a little bit of an annoyance in the early stages, kind of as we expect. See the link speed coming through on the side of Dark, the Stargate building from herO. We get all of that underway. Buildings now popping out as well, and that will just help to chase this probe away here on Oceanborn. Links against that probe is going to be our action for the next moment or two. Depth starts to leave out from the natural expansion as well, so it's going to start to head across the other side of the map and be wandering over to try and get things done. Depth continues to move about. The Queen is there, again putting some damage in. Link speed continues through. We will just have ourselves the Oracle Warp Gate all continuing about at the moment. Drones in production with the Overlords on the way out as well. So all of this coming by for now. Queen moves to the front, and the Adept is just going to be ready to take a few shots, as a double Adept combo will be the real ideal kind of moment to make something happen here. Obviously will be a little bit off from happening. I think balance changes recently which led to current ZVP. We had a little patch. I think ZVP was actually not actually... There was a lot of discussion about it from top-end players before, but I think ZVP people were saying was actually fairly okay before the patch as well. With PvT being the main offender for Protoss players. Oh, there's, Zergs were already kind of feeling as though they were a little bit limited in what they can do. Protoss had a lot of options. Then the maps changed, I think, as well, which also negatively affects the Zergs a little bit. I think it's just the little things. I mean, Protoss, I'm trying to think what came in the patch that necessarily, overly buff PvZ. And Protoss got a couple, generic buffs here and there. But I think honestly just maps plus the fact PvZ was already a fairly even matchup before. This map pool has not been kind to the Zerg players in the slightest.
Game paused.
Talk with a little lag. Thank you getting called out. I think he was lagging last week, I think. Alright. Everyone's leaving the game.
Game resumed.
Figure it out and get back to it. When we get into year number 2 here of this best of 5 Korean server, it can just be so funky for people's connections. That coming up, Rotron is building. We get ourselves the melee upgrade coming through from Dark as well. A few more Overlords coming about. +1 in Blink on the way. And you see the Oracle's able to cancel up the 4th base. So 4th base gets cancelled. herO moves a few Stalkers over to the side. Just going to pick away at the Ling. Blink is still being chrono boosted along. Will activate, getting rid of a couple crew tumors as we go. Skins keep fighting. The Oracles will be taking some shots. The Baneling Nest, the Roaches, +1 melee, and Roach speed all continue out for the moment. So again, bringing all of that through with that +1 and Blink on the way in as well. Baneling speed is a building here from Docs. We get that on the way. Roach speed coming up also. Doc is going to show up though, and that is the problem, that these units are going to show up quickly, and Doc unable to get a fourth base. If herO can keep Doc from ever getting a fourth, I mean, this is a huge win for herO. This puts Doc into such a troubling position right from the very get-go. A couple oracles come over this side. They will activate onto this hatchery. It's a lot more Banes coming out. 29 of them coming through. Melee upgrade about to finish. Robo facility plus 2 attack, charge, all coming in. The extra pylons are building as well. And Doc just going to set up for the aggression. Cutting at 61 drones. Bane speed about to finish. So he's going to send it. herO has a lot of Stalkers and basically a lot of Stalkers. Now the Oracles are going to activate. Starting to pick off some of the Banelings already. Bane speed finishing at the spot on timing. The Stalkers don't really have many places to run to. Super Battery will get Baneling down. Well, I think, yeah, the Banes need to kind of go into the center of the Stalkers to soften up so the Roaches have a chance. The problem with Banelings is once they're used, right? And now as herO's reinforcements come through, I think he's going to be okay against Ling Roach. I do not see this being enough Ling Roach to deal with the Stalker warp-ins. They've only killed 5 probes so far. Dark purposely chose to go after Stalkers instead of Workers. If he cut down a bunch of Workers here, maybe there would have been a chance, but this was unfortunately not it at all. Well, these Stalkers maybe got a little over you, get chasing a bit too far. There should be reinforcements coming from far in the moment as our Stalkers just stop and fight though. herO's going to be basically having to deal with those Zerglings. The Zerglings are the problem here. If your Stalkers went around the other side, they're actually going to be on top of the Roaches. It's going to be awkward all around, but in the end it looks as though herO's clearing up. I feel like he lost a few more Stalkers there than it was ever needed. Dark rebuilding Roaches, but also just adding on a few drones as he tries to reset his economy a little bit. More Stalkers warp in, and we will get ready to push out into the center. There we go, our Stalker's still pushing around the top. Gonna get rid of a couple of crew teamers there. Stalkers keep coming by. A few shots coming about. Robobane, Robo Facility coming in as well. Things coming about. Baneling's on the way, plus 2 melees coming through. Colossus on the way, by the way. 2 of them on the way up at the moment. Roach coming over. Oracle's going to activate. Our Stalkers well, getting ready for round 2 of a defense here. Colossus are not here yet, and that's a lot of the supply of herO that's not currently available. Again, doing a decent job of shutting down a lot of these Banelings before they can connect. Good Stalker warp in to block the Banelings entering the mineral line there as well. Stalkers will now blink behind the wall to a super battery. These Banelings finally starting to reach the mineral line in some regard, but really not that much, all things considered. 11 probes only going down here. Wow, very good defense from herO again, and he just pushes this back. He'll clean out Roaches as he goes. Loses the 4th base. His biggest issue are the Lings, but that's what the Colossus will deal with. So now that Colossus are out, we are going to have such a bad time as Dark, because now Colossus are the answer to the one thing that Dark has been finding, success with, basically. Oof. Hive coming up. Obviously, Dark looking for a future in this game. I think herO's going to have a timing window before Hive is done to really go fighting, though. Revelation goes in. Ling's going to get caught in it. Here comes herO pushing. Like I said, there's no way he was going to let Hive come up and just sit back and not do anything. He's got Colossus against basically a mass Ling army. herO recognizes the opportunity that sits on his front doorstep right now, and he's going to go and take it. He's going to move forwards here. Go after those lings, go after those roaches. A few Banes going to come around this side. They're going to try and meet this mineral line. Probes are going to be in some trouble there, as we will see Ling Roach Bane continuing through. Colossus taking a lot of damage. Our Stalkers continuing to fight. Hey, this is not the prettiest of fights. The Colossus got kind of beat on. herO's army actually kind of melting here. Dark with a hell of a cleanup. Only really the Stalker's doing well on that right side. 15 probes going down during it. herO's army is still okay. Is it really only one Colossus left, though? Because then the Ling reinforcements are going to be a major issue. We kind of had the answers to the Lings, but now the Colossus are more or less gone. It's going to be much more troubling. Do we have enough here? Stasis Ward going to try and save the day. The Stalkers will blink to help protect the Colossus. Stasis Ward will catch a bunch of these Lings. Lings are trailing back in. Dark, can he get enough done here? Can he get anything done? Going to warp in 5 sentries as herO recognizes the need for some force fields perhaps with the next round of reinforcements. I do not disagree. That Prism is going to have to keep this Colossus alive. This one Colossus has such a role to play right now. Force fields keep coming through. The Colossus is going to get hit by the Lings. It jumps up, it jumps down. You have to find Clean Blaze to get it into the fight, but we cannot. And Dark is actually going to defend this. Dark is going to tie this series 1-1 as the Stalkers continue to blink on out of there. And, wow, disaster for herO. I thought he had this, but this all falls apart. And that is more or less going to be GG's. Well, a couple of deaths will continue onto the mineral lines, going for some drones, but herO is really going to be in trouble. I mean, now Dark is on his way to all the hive tech, right? So things are going to get way better for him. His army composition is going to be way stronger than it was before. Playing Roach Ravager Bane. Gonna come about. Prism gonna take a few more shots. Four Stalkers warping in there. Prism. Oh my goodness. This Prism is very representative of herO's chances in this game right now. Hanging on by a thread. Not really able to do much. Having to retreat away into a corner and hide. He's going to move forward and try and greet this. Disruptors have to pop off in this fight, pretty much no doubt. But the Viper going to get sniped. Good start from herO. You got a Parasitic Bomb down though, so the Prism dies. I'm not sure what you really need with the Viper right now. Probably just an Abduct on the Disruptor to cancel a shot. Banes are going to come rolling through. Blind Cloud will drop down, make it hard, more difficult for the Stalkers. Banes are all over the mineral line. herO can't afford this. 1-1. We're tied up here between herO and Dark. We're gonna go into a real back and forth series between these guys. Red Zerg tying the series up is going to be Dark. Bottom right, Blue Protoss is herO. And number 3 of the best of 5 finals here today. On we go. As we see intro come in, we have a couple drones probe on the way out. I really felt like herO was I really felt like herO was going to be I don't know. I really felt like he just had a push that was going to be looking great. The problem was his Colossus got busted, right? And losing the Colossus and losing track of those was always going to be a problem. It really was a problem as well. Really, really was. Probes coming about, hatch gas and pool coming in. Drone coming about. It's gonna come down the low ground. It's gonna get the hatchery coming about as well. Queen coming up, couple queens, couple lings. The Stargate still continues through for the moment and get things set up. Everything underway. Let's just have ourselves the Stargate coming through. Nexus coming about. Warp gate building. Well, Link Speed's coming, Queen, Lings, drones, hatch, all coming about for the moment. Again, just early game PvZ. Can't establish nothing too crazy just yet. Lings will go after the Adept. Be able to take that out. Well, the Nexus continues through. The Oracle is about to finish. Warp gate is going to be done in a moment. Couple more Lings, Queens, drones, etc. All the good stuff coming up currently from Dark. I'll cancel one drone there. We will see the Oracle coming through. That's going to grab a kill. Couple Queens are going to be here. Couple of drones continue to get picked away at. Simulator is still coming up. The Twilight Council coming in. And another simulator just on the natural, getting set to rumble. Twilight Council and Forge continue to come through. Nexus is going to be done shortly. The game just developing. All these early stages, nothing wild just yet. Kind of waiting on Oracles to deal damage, and otherwise the Twilight upgrade to come in and herO to have more of a, emphasis on what's happening around the map. More drones going down. Drone continue up. The few drones coming about. Crypt Teamers and Extractor coming in as well. The Oracle continues to head to the upper left side. Fire and Oracle still taking hits again. +1 and Blink continue to come about. And extra gates coming through, and again +1 melee and roach speed coming through. The Baneling Nest is going to come in. Lings and drones coming in as well. And Queen still firing, pushing the Oracle around for the moment. Doing some good damage. Thanks to Banes. Coming about for the moment. We're just going to have ourselves the, again, +1 and Blink. Straight into Temple Archives as well from herO, so we'll go that route with his kind of next step of this game. Pop the Revelation in. Just keeping track of things, making sure nothing crazy's happening, making sure we know everything's going on. And still that roach speed and melee upgrade coming through there as the Oracle activation will happen onto some of those Lings as well. Some damage being done. Storm still being chrono boosted. +1 armor will come up on the Forge as well. All of this continues about. And Hydra down. Hive coming up for the moment. Storm about to finish, and we do have ourselves, obviously, with Dark just heading straight into that Hive. Kind of a question mark as to what herO's game plan is going to be. Is he just going to chill out? Is he going to try and make a bit of a push? I think following the last game, he's probably more likely going to just chill out and let this kind of develop. Again, +2 melee, +1 missiles coming about. The Groove Spines is getting started as well. Still got that Lurker Den, Hive, etc. All of this coming through. Storm's coming in. His army kind of getting cornered as herO definitely did not go for the chill route. I mean, Dog just keeps finding great fights against herO today, as his army is just not delivering. herO keeps getting caught in bad positions, keeps getting punished for making moves, and keeps ending up in trouble as he blinks away there in the end. But Dog with a good cleanup and now on his way to Lurkers. And all those upgrades continuing through. Ling's going to come wrap around trying to catch those Stalkers. I mean, we've already used Blink, so this is just no getaway. Basically, you can Blink again, perhaps, in a second. But look at that Lings. They position themselves brilliantly. Doc knew exactly what herO's going to try and do. Blink beyond the Lings to kind of get to safety. Brainley's rolling into high tempo there, as you do have to back away against the Storm eventually. Good moves from Doc. Love that movement on the Lings to try and catch those Stalkers as they blinked a second time. Very nicely done. Adrenal Glands, +1 missiles coming up, +2 melee on the way. Lings is nibbling at these rocks. Lurkers are going to get a burrow. They're going to be able to take down the rocks already and open up this pathway into the bottom side. So down we go. Lings are going to come chasing forwards, and well, let's see what we can do. As we got our Zelds coming about, just going to go after those Lings. Lurkers are going to get burrowed up as well. Still kind of getting whacked. Quite a few of them starting to drop. Obviously, Dark trying to push his way forwards. He is out of position here where his Lurker count is not as high. herO may be able to get the rebuild off, but Lurker should make it difficult for herO. This push right now from Dark is very important. It has a lot of importance in how this game is going to go. And Lurkers don't get to finish. That's a big deal. herO's going to be able to fight before that. So that helps massively as the Immortal. Still Chrono boosting along on that Robo. Banelings caught in a force field. Dog struggling to really get the pieces together to make a real killer push here. He had the makings of it in progress, but just can't quite deliver right now as Lings come to wrap around those few Zealots. Another bunch of warping in Zealots right now. Bane's going to come into this mineral line. 3 probes are going to drop. Zealots will charge. Look, it gets picked off. The rest of these Lings looking to try and wrap around and catch those Zealots. They're still trying to find some damage here. Stalkers blinking through, chasing away the Lurkers. It's a lot more High Templar coming about. Extra Immortals on the way. We now dive on the left-hand side. Up this ramp, we are going to get rid of a cannon. We're going to make our way through. Lurkers build burrow. These Banes want to go chase down those probies. Now on the right-hand side, we're pushing in with Ling Hydra as well. Cannon goes down. Batteries expired of energy, and that means that Dog will start to get damage done. But again, he's doing this off of what was a lower economy at first. Now going to get a little bit better of a setup for himself going. Stalker's going to fight it out. Equal supplies across the board. That's Dark. There's a couple roaches there onto Some probes, couple of obs coming up from herO as he needs to make sure he's got detection against those lurkers at all costs and at all times. Immortal still press forward, and we do have an attack in. Just going to see the Zealot trying to lead the charge in this link. Hydra taking damage. Good storm so far. Dark's army is going to start falling apart. These lurkers not getting into the fights is a big deal. And herO can just take the fight on this right-hand side. Knock down this base. The lurkers will not be able to get in reach. And Dark in some trouble then. Back around the bottom. Zealot's going to come through. Another revelation coming down. Let's see if we can actually fight these lurkers. We're spreading out as though we might just go for it. Hero's got a round of Zealots. I think with those Zealots, he will just kind of go. Some of the lurkers won't burrow. Those lings weren't here when he kind of made the choice to send it. So I don't really hate the choice. I think he is going to turn on top of the lurkers, and if you knock these lurkers down, the game is sitting in your hands. However, a few more lings showed up, and they buy a little bit more time for the lurkers to live. A couple of the Immortals super low. Look at that micro back on those two Immortals. Keeping those alive is huge. Archons come to the rescue to buffer up this army once again. Now Ling reinforcements are not going to be anywhere near as useful. We are going to butcher down the rest of these lurkers. GG from Dark, and herO is going to retake the lead of the series. GG's. herO takes the 2-1 advantage. Damn, that was a cool game because it kind of felt like I keep saying game number 2. Game number 4, in the top right side, down a game is going to be the blue Zerg player Dark. On the bottom left, our red Protoss is going to be herO. herO, one more map to win it. Dark, one more map to force us to a game 5. Which will it be? Find out very shortly. Excuse me. As we get ourselves up into this early game while signing. I'll take a little quiet. My voice is definitely fading as the day goes on. Punch and Pool coming in. Waiting to see what the tech tree route is going to be from herO here. Probably expecting Stargate again, at least to begin with, though. Things be coming up, couple queens coming through. Let's have ourselves that Stargate still building. As we have the couple lings going after the probe. Probe being chased, pylon will drop down onto the natural. Those lings just going to go forward as the Adept and the Warp Gate continue to come by. Couple lings will continue to fight for a couple of moments. So a lot of lings be coming through, the Stargate coming up and online as well. And that comes back over to the center. It's going to go into the watchtower for a couple of moments, so going to be hanging out here as we have the Oracle and the Wolf Gate continue to come through. These two adepts going to make their way up. There's a little few lings on the other side. We're actually going to get rid of at least 2 drones here. Oh, and the Oracle shows up as well to make it some extra. Oh, this is big damage early. 6 workers killed. Oracle very healthy. Makes it a 7th. Finds it transferring as well. That's a huge, huge, huge set of damage already. Oracle finding a huge amount of success early on. Gotta be absolutely loving that in these early stages. And Nexus starts up now from herO, and Assimilator or 2. Pylon also on the way in. I think it's going to come back up the left-hand side. That Nexus building on the 3rd on the triangle. As our Queen will continue to get settled in for the moment. Just having ourselves a couple more shots continue to come about. Oracle's Activate going to get 2 creep tumors. Going to get some drones as we go. 3 workers, 4 workers, 5 workers, 6. Ah, we don't get 6. We get 6. Of course we do. herO hopping in this early game. Look at that 13 worker lead. I know Doc's about to finish a ton of drones, but like the openings which he's creating for himself are huge. And these are things which Doc is not really matching at all. He's just struggling to kind of stop the damage thus far. One more gates coming up from herO. Kind of like it. Obviously, we're 3 bases, getting the 4 extra gates, but we're waiting on the blinking +1. Obviously, just get set up and maybe start applying some pressure with these gates. I mean, just was kind of catching off guard. There was 4 gates and then no upgrades on the way, man. Oracles are back. We do give up a couple of, well, we give up 1 Oracle to basically come through for a few more drones, and he's going to even get drones in the main base, so even more damage dealt. Dark has lost so many drones this game. We have lost 23 drones as Dark in a 6-minute game. This is the kind of damage where I think herO might just add on even more gateways than the ones he already has and just go for +1 and blink and timing. This is why I was kind of excited about the gates before. I was like, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's not quite the full commitment to gates just yet. Well, Revelation's coming down, or team is taking hits. These Stalkers. We'll just get back onto this set of rocks, open up this side of the map and this gold base. herO's early game was obviously fantastic. Not looking to kind of move out and capitalize. Only 2 Oracles, maybe afraid of Lings against the Stalkers with less Oracles to help defend, but I'm just going to come through, spots this base here. May just be able to direct an attack towards that as well. As the Oracles will choose to drop a Revelation in each of the bases. We'll see the layers coming up, so information being gathered for the moment. herO has got the gold base coming online, an absolutely booming economy waiting to happen. That's 32 extra Lings on the way. The lair is still about to be done. Early upgrade still coming through. The +2 attack carapace. +2 attack and +1 armor. I guess not carapace. Carapace is a Zerg upgrade. But yeah, upgrades just looking good as well for herO. Charge on the way. Looking like he's going to take a 5th base early. He's just going to keep on setting up to be in a better and better and better position. Just ain't no stopping this Protoss right now. Just ain't no stopping him. Oracles Activate. Going to get a couple more kills. Some drones going down alongside all this. Oracle still firing up, some more shots coming through. Stalker's Warp. And you just have Ling Bane on the way from Dark, but again, you know that Ling Bane is only going to be able to do so much. The only thing, I mean, to be fair, herO is missing anything to really be super good against Ling Bane apart from just pure numbers here, and I don't even know if pure numbers is looking great for him. I'm very happy to see the Temple Archives on the way. There's a handful of Banes on that bottom side that just herO missed. As he walked up here, those Banes are going to hit the gold base in a moment or two. Meanwhile, though, these Stalkers have to blink back. Stays Sword catching a few of the Lings now. There are the Banelings here. They do get dealt with, so herO deals with that very well. And he is trading well here as well. Without Baneling speed, the Banes can't really reach, so the Stalkers can kind of kite back very nicely. Extra Stalkers showing up. Again, blinking away from these Banes. herO's way of managing the Banes has been pretty good. It was true on Site Delta as well. He fought really well against the Banelings. Plus 2 attack just finished for him. These Banes start to connect, but not really finding great connections. 8 seconds from Baneling's speed. Now herO's going to start bringing some Zealots in as there's less Banelings, and of course that's a big deal. You're going to have to keep remorphing Banes here as Dark, but you can't get that many of them on the way. Stalker's just taking good fights. A few Lings coming from the backside. Another Stasis Ward will catch. I think that's the last few Banes going down. There's only a couple Zealots left though, and they will fall as well. But now reinforcements showing up from herO, just warping in from that gold base and walking across the map. All the Banes morphing in the background. There's a couple that have just popped through. Yeah, I was going to say it would be great if they hit the Zealots, and they do that, but the Zealots surviving that round of Banelings as well is not exactly a good sign for Dark. Go pinging forwards, just going to see a few more Archons coming up, plus 3 attack, plus 2 armor on the way in as well. Bane's still chasing, a couple Zealots going to get there, picking off some Lings. That's going to run by. Stalkers will continue to fight. These Lings continue to take a lot of hits. With Archons here, the Lings just can't hold out, and Dark just took way too much damage early to ever really be considered competitive in this game, unfortunately. GG's herO 3, Dark 1.